Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. For those of you guys that don't know me, I am Torin Darling Brazel, founder, CEO, and president of Ignite. Well, I'm logging on today, and my goal is actually to log on now every time I'm doing different things for our nonprofit because it's a lot happening that's out here in these streets, and we really have to start being super, super diligent every day to be doing something to help move the needle forward for our organizations and the communities that we serve. So I was sitting here this morning and I started doing a little bit of research, not just for my organization, but for some of the members of our 4C community. And as I was reading through a particular opportunity, I thought about it. You know what? Let me show folks how to actually research grants because and not just research it, but read through it to figure out like if this is the best opportunity for you. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen so that we can go ahead and go to my good friend, Sir Google. And this is where we're going to begin. So, typically, you may know a particular funder that you're going to go after. And so, this tutorial is going to be based off of if you actually know the funder that you want to see what they have going on. During our master classes, as well as my 3-day challenge, I actually do a step by step guide in showing folks how to search from scratch. So if you need that help, you definitely want to become a member of our 4C community. But for today's sake, I'm going to go ahead and just search. I wanted to look at in particular the Daniel Foundation. So I am in Alabama. And so there's a foundation that serves here. So I want to just walk you guys through how you search and how you read through and understand if something is for you. So here's the Daniel Foundation. I'm going to go right to their website. And so what you see is here at the top, there's an About Us, but there's also their grants. So the first thing I want to look at is their priority areas. Okay. And so as I'm reading through this, I see that their mission is to strengthen communities within Alabama and the quality of life of citizens from all regions of Alabama. So it's a few things that I want to call out here. Number one, if your organization is not in the state of Alabama, this is not an opportunity for you. However, if you are in the state of Alabama, the great thing is that regardless of where you are, this may be an opportunity for you because they service all regions of Alabama. They say, we believe this can be achieved through support of effective organizations that are focused on building a healthy and well educated population living in a vibrant community. So now let's look at their priorities. So they have arts, culture, and community assets, and you can always click on the learn more to understand what they mean by that. They have community needs. They also have education and youth, and they have health initiatives. Okay. So I am going to look at community needs because that is. I have two different organizations I'm researching for, but one, they tap into community needs. And so, what I see here is that, and they list their priorities. So you can go to their website to see exactly what I'm looking at. But one of the things that I quickly saw as I was scanning this is that if you have a program that helps support basic needs like access to food, clothing, and housing, right? This may be an opportunity for you. They're very interested in classes and programs, right? That help. to upskill individuals in certain areas. And they're interested in programming for veterans, right? So that's what I actually got out of this paragraph, these couple of paragraphs, but they also made it super easy for us right here within this list. So again, you see access to food, clothing, and housing, um, job training and life skills, rural community revitalization, projects that meet the needs of Alabama veterans, and then leadership programs demonstrating success in developing leaders for the nonprofit, government, and or business sectors, right? Now, before I click on this apply for a grant, what I realized and remembered is that they actually have different priorities, okay? And with those priorities, they accept grant applications at certain times. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at their grant policies to see if the information that I'm looking for is there, okay? So, again, here are their priority areas. Okay, so see timeline for each cycle below. So I'm looking for their timeline, and here it is, dates to remember. So if you are an organization that is in Alabama, and regardless of where you are, and you provide programs centered around arts, culture, and community assets, there was actually a letter of intent that was due by January the 27th. So, what that means is that if you have any programs in this content area, you've actually missed their deadline to apply for assistance. So, you'll need to put this Daniel Foundation on your list. I would actually put it for you to actually start watching their website in December, because typically these dates, even though the year may change, the dates do not change. So, what that means is sometime in early January 2026, they most likely may be accepting applications for this particular priority area during that time. So it's very important for you to, if they have a place for you to sign up for an email list, go ahead and do that so that you can get regular emails. But also, even if they don't, just begin to create a spreadsheet where you list these different foundations that have opportunities available for you and what you actually present. Another opportunity is a health initiative. Well, I see here that the open letter of intent for that one begins April 7th. It's due April 25th. Okay. So, any of you guys out there that have health related programs and you are a nonprofit, this is absolutely something that you should look into. Community needs, which is the one that I'm interested in, they actually have a letter of intent due on July 25th. You can actually begin that process earlier that month. So, this is the one that I'm going to focus in on. And then for education and youth, well, look, this is interesting. Right. So they have this in their priorities, but if you'll notice, they are not accepting any letters of intent. They say, see the announcement on our homepage, right? So, what that means is right now, if you have an education or a youth program, this actually may not be a viable opportunity for you. But because I am interested in the community needs, I am going to go back up and I'm going to click on this priority areas, which will take me back to the priorities. And now what I want to do is I want to click on this community needs one more time. And now I'm going to actually now read through this just to see what, if anything, and you know what? I'm going to click this apply for a grant just to see what this has here. Okay. All right, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So, priority is given to organizations that have at least one full time employee and a broad base of supporters. So, that means other entities are supporting your work, and you've been in operation providing programs and services for a minimum of 2 years. Okay. If you are a startup, you will only be considered by invitation only. So, what does this mean, y'all? A few things. Number one, what we've learned from going through this is that the Daniel Foundation of Alabama actually only serves organizations, nonprofit 501c3 organizations, with a program in the state of Alabama. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, regardless of where you are in the state of Alabama, if you have programs centered on arts, culture, and community assets, housing, or community needs, right? This may be an opportunity for you. And we also learned, though, for those of you guys that are in the arts, culture, and community assets, the letter of intent process, which is what begins your application with them, is over. They did it in January. So you need to just put them on your list and come back and take a look at them again, maybe in December, to see what they're going to do for 2026. Okay. However, if you do have programming centered around health or community needs, you're in the state of Alabama, regardless of where you are, and you have one full time employee, you have other entities that have actually already supported and funded your work, you've been in operation for at least 2 years, this may be an opportunity for you. So I'm going to stop sharing. I hope that this was helpful to you. Just want to start jumping in and giving you guys some quick tips and tools and strategies, because remember, we are not only going to survive what we're dealing with and what we're going through, but we are absolutely going to thrive. Thanks so much. You guys have a great day. Bye.